I went out of town for a week and it did not go how I expected. So I will tell you all about it. Stay tuned. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia. If you're new here, I've been on this keto weight loss journey of mine for about 3 years now. I've lost about 75 pounds and I am trying to inch closer and closer to my goal of losing at least 100 pounds. So if you want to see me reach my goal, because I would too, make sure to stick around, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you find out when all the videos are getting posted. So it's been a bumpy ride in 2022. If you've been following along, you have seen my struggles, and I am just trying to grasp at straws to make it back to where I was in that groove. And I knew I was going out of town for work. I knew it was going to be a challenge. I tried not to stress about it because I knew that there were going to be times where I had no control over what was given to us to eat, what time we were going to eat. So I knew intermittent fasting wasn't going to be necessarily an option. My days were going to start off at like 6 o'clock in the morning and I had events all day and breaks for lunch, who knows what time, and lunches were going to be provided in like a green room or a snack room, and then dinners were going to be out. And so I knew I was in for it this week. So let me show you some of the things that I faced on my trip. Check it out. All right, we are traveling today. I did pack some high-low chips. I grabbed some mayonnaise from the little shop over here, and I packed some of these little tuna packs. So this is gonna be my first meal of the day. I have a long day of traveling ahead of me, so I wanna make sure that I'm not starving by the time I arrive somewhere. All right, I have about an hour and 20 minutes before I board my connecting flight, so I stopped at Pete's Coffee and I got a coffee with sugar-free hazelnut, and I added some half and half. This is the view from our balcony. Oh, 20 floors up. How freaking nerve-wracking is this? Oy, oy, oy. Happy Thursday, y'all. I have been traveling for work this week. Been in a hotel for, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night for the past 4 nights. I've got one more night and then I am heading home. I was doing so good, and I was trying not to be super, super strict because, as I know, sometimes I'm not in control of the food and I have to kind of figure it out. So I was doing pretty well in the beginning, and then I thought one of the days, I can't even remember anymore, was going to be like my off day. I was like, you know what, I'll allow myself maybe to have, instead of a skinny latte, have a regular latte, a white chocolate mocha from Starbucks. Let me treat myself. I hate that word. And because you're treating yourself with something that's going to make you feel like crap, so it's not really a treat. So yesterday ended up being the day where I was like full on just off and eating stuff that wasn't even worth it, like the nachos and the tacos that they were feeding us. I mean, I could have made a salad. It probably would have been better if I did and not eaten. But again, it's that I had made the decision I was going to be off today, so I might as well just go for it and just indulge in the chips and the queso and all that stuff. It wasn't worth it. I had a green tea frappuccino yesterday by walk at Disney Springs. That was good. It's been a very long time since I had one of those. But dinner last night, y'all, at that buffet, I ate so much food, and there wasn't very carby. I didn't eat bread. There wasn't any bread. There wasn't any kind of starchy vegetable. They had the beans that had a lot of sugar in it. And then the fried chicken, the ribs had that barbecue sauce. But like I ate beyond, like I ate to where I felt like, and I haven't done that in a while. And just so odd that I couldn't, it's because it was a buffet. I couldn't just stop when I was full. I had to stop when I was stuffed. And it's like, why did I do that? I feel like crap the rest of the night, like bloated, full, sick. I felt like crap in the morning. Now my body feels like it just needs to detox from everything that I've been eating yesterday alone. So I have some Quest bars in my purse. It's going to be a long day of back-to-back meetings. I am going to go get some coffee right now. And hopefully today is a better day. Fingers crossed. You do the best you can and hope to be better tomorrow. All right. See you soon. I knew I wasn't going to be perfect on this trip. I knew that I was probably going to have a day or two, but I really thought only a day or two of maybe an off keto moment, and then I could kind of control the rest of the trip. And it was harder than I thought. So I guess the starting off with like the French fries and kind of just nibbling on that with a friend and going, I don't know if this is going to be my off day, or is tomorrow going to be the off day? We might go out to eat at Disney Springs. Who knows what we're going to eat there? It was moments of, you know what, it's easier just to do this. It's easier just to do that. And I made it easy on me. And normally when I make it easy on myself, then I get mad at myself, kind of like what I did after the cruise, where I was just kicking myself of, man, you just indulged all week and had a great old time, and now look where you are. You're struggling to kind of get back on your wagon. And that's kind of what happened on this trip. I will say though, my final day when we were at the airport, I had been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, just trying to get on shuttles, trying to get myself to the airport, trying to get myself on the first plane, and then I had a connecting plane. And then by the time I sat down to eat lunch, my options were limited and the prices at the airport were like ridiculously expensive. And I found a little restaurant, a burger place right next to my gate. And I literally had like maybe 30 minutes before we started boarding, I think, or 45 minutes. And so I grabbed something. Everything on that menu was $20. And one of the things that I rationalized in my head was, okay, if a burger and fries is $20 and like 6 wings are $20, like, I know I'm so starving and it doesn't feel like I'm getting filled up with just the 6 wings. If I'm gonna just do this, I mean, I hate to order. Anyway, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna order the burger. We'll start fresh tomorrow. That's kind of like whenever I'm down my slippery slope is what I normally tell myself, like, fine, just have it today, start fresh tomorrow. Have it today, start fresh tomorrow. 6 days later, having it today, still waiting for tomorrow to come. And that's kind of what had happened on this trip. That final day was like, all right, I'm gonna start fresh. And then the next day came and it was like, all right, well then we'll just finish up the week and I'll start fresh. It just was an endless cycle of waiting for tomorrow to begin. But that burger was phenomenal. I mean, literally, I was like, I do not feel guilty about this because it was probably the best burger I ever had. So the bread, OMG. I think I was already at the end of my week of cheating. So it was like, wow, it was a great burger. So anyway, I let myself enjoy it and I moved on. And so here we are at the end of the trip. And I'm sure I gained weight. I did not weigh myself at the end of the trip just because it felt like a never-ending cycle. I found myself drinking wine almost every single night. They had events for us and games for us in the evenings as well. And so open bar, and I was drinking glasses of wine or I was having a cocktail. It was just kind of an endless week of that. I thought I did really good with lunches as far as picking the cold cuts. I mean, they didn't have a ton to choose from, but if they had a salad or if they had a protein, I would eat that. I wasn't snacking on any sugar. I wasn't grabbing any muffins or donuts or candy or anything like that. So during the day was a lot easier. I think at night for dinner was a little bit more challenging. They did have a restaurant that had a buffet. And the first night I thought I did pretty good, and then I wanted to kind of see what those mashed potatoes tasted like because the person I was with was just raving about them, and I was like, you know what, I'll go try them. Just a little small plate. So I tried the mashed potatoes, and then like the next time we went, you know, it was just kind of like getting a little bit here, getting a little bit there. The good thing I will say about the week is that I didn't binge. Like I didn't really go hog wild, so to speak, and just kind of go down like, now I need ice cream, now I need, you know, cookies, and now I need, like, let's just get it all in now because tomorrow I'm going to start fresh. I didn't do any of that. I was like good for the most part of the day, and then I'll have a little bit of the mashed potatoes, okay? And then the next day I was good for the most part of the day, and then I had that green tea frappuccino, and then I was good for the most part of the day, and then I had, you know, XYZ or the glass of wine, you know. So, you know, I guess that balance made me feel like, see, that little thing in your head when you are off plan where you just want to go balls to the wall and indulge like a maniac and binge eat for the entire week, which is pretty much what I did for the cruise for spring break. But this time I didn't binge. I felt like, you know, if I wanted something, I allowed myself to have it. I gave myself grace this week and not stressed about it, and knew, just be prepared, you're probably going to be up a couple of pounds when you get home, and that's okay. What's funny is I came home and I had ordered some things. So I tried Stitch Fix for the first time. Not a sponsored video. I tried Stitch Fix because I was curious about how that worked, of having a stylist pick out your clothes. So I had my order waiting for me at home when I got in after a week of kind of indulging, feeling bloated, definitely feeling like I'm retaining water and not my thinnest. So getting all these clothes and having to try them on and decide if I'm going to keep them or send them back was not a smart thing on my part. And then I ordered for the first time off of the Shein website. This is actually something from Shein. A couple of things I had to send back, just quality wise and size wise, but for the most part it was fun to kind of get some things that are really affordable and check those out for myself and for my daughter. So that was something that I got to experience when I got back. But like I said, after being bloated, you know, it wasn't really the most enjoyable experience trying on those clothes. But needless to say, this week has came and went. We are done with it. We are starting fresh next week. We are hoping that nothing else puts a roadblock or a hiccup in this journey, and we can continue on to rid the excess pounds that I have put on in the past few months to get me back down to where I was. So that being said, the last time I did weigh in, I believe it said 189.8. So we will see where we are next week when we embark back on our journey, back on this train. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping the images that I provided of my work trip does not trigger you in some way. It was some of the things that I had to face on my journey this week, and sometimes I won and sometimes it was a struggle that I did not get to beat. So let me know in the comments, what do you do when you are around trigger foods or situations where it's harder for you to stay the course? I'd love to hear some of your tips and tricks. Post it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.